Well, earlier this afternoon, we saw street flooding in quite a few areas in Slidell. And in one spot, a large tree came down and the streets nearby had to be closed. Carice Jackman has been covering St. Tammany Parish for us, and she joins us now live with what's happening there. Carice?
Yes, Natalie, when we first brought you this street earlier today, it was flooded very heavily earlier today, but now it has gone down significantly. Take a look behind us here at the Crossgate subdivision. Traffic is moving, but earlier today that was not the case. Take a look at this video. The water here to enter this subdivision, which is right off of Gauze Boulevard, was knee-high in terms of water, and that's people trying to get in and out of the subdivision. Some people did brave the water and went inside the subdivision, but many people did turn around because they were nervous about it. You know, in terms of situations like this, we always tell people to take precautions. Do not drive through the water. You can not only harm yourself, but your car can get stalled. And that was also the case in Palm Lake subdivision earlier today. That's also in Slidell. Now, earlier today, we also noticed several trees were down and roads were closed because of this weather and because of this rain. Here's what some people had to say when we spoke with them today. When did you start noticing like the rain starting to really pour down out?
Well, I actually live down the road, the Bayou Liberty Marina, and not too far. It usually floods pretty bad there now, nowadays. But I work for Menu Express, so I've been driving around town all morning, delivering food and all that from the local restaurants, and I've noticed a lot of different flooding. It's pretty bad on Gauze. I saw a car stalled out on Fremo, but you know, we're still delivering.
I'm having to navigate where I'm going, so I kind of sit around and watch how the cars go through if I can make it, and in this case I cannot, so I'm having to turn around and go another road, hoping I can get through.
What was your initial thought when you were driving through and you saw all this water?
Oh crap.
Now, we also noticed some businesses were affected by power outages here in the Slidell area. We'll have that for you coming up tonight on Eyewitness News at 6. But for now, reporting live in Slidell, I'm Carice Jackman, Eyewitness News.
Carice, thank you. Well, the predictions of potential flooding had many worried about a repeat of last August when storms flooded homes, cars, and businesses in several New Orleans neighborhoods. Duke Carter joins us live now from the French Quarter with a look at how people weathered today's rain. Hey, Duke.
Hey, Natalie, yeah, a lot of folks are breathing a sigh of relief tonight, considering that, again, as you just mentioned, July and the flooding events in July and August. That wasn't the case today, but we did speak with a business owner who had a business, or who has a business in Treme, but who also is here set up at the French Quarter Fest, and he says that, one, he is grateful that everything turned out okay. And he's also glad that the French Quarter Fest leaders did take precautions to make sure people are safe, especially with the severe weather. Let's go into some video, shall we? Now, the owner is Ramon McGillis with McCarty's Chicken and Fiction, and he said the reason why he came out here today because he wanted to check on his booth. He said he wanted to make sure everything was good to go. He said he prepared by making sure he tied down some of the fryers at his booth, and he also made sure that everything was good to go as far as like other equipment and other food prep that he that is safe for when the severe weather hit. Now, he also said he came out here just to make sure that his other vendors that were nearby his booth are also good to go. He's told us, again, that he's grateful that French Quarter leaders did take precaution to shut down the fest and make sure people come here. We did catch up with him today. Take a listen to what he had to say.
You know, my initial reaction, I was very upset, not really understanding what was to happen. You know, when they start talking about tornadoes, rain, flooding, you get a little concerned because you have a lot of people, you know, actually frequenting with the festival.
And again, he is grateful that French Quarter leaders did shut down the festival, at least for today, to make sure folks are safe, especially with the severe weather that came through late this morning and early afternoon. Meanwhile, we will be hearing from him again about some potentially the money that he potentially lost for on out today. But again, we'll hear more from him later on at 6, and we'll hear from festival leaders tonight as well. But now, reporting live here in the French Quarter, Duke Carter, Eyewitness News. Natalie, back to you.
We'll talk to you at 6, Duke. Thank you. And some of the events that have been postponed today include the Strawberry Festival in Ponchatoula. The Irish-Italian Isleños Parade will now be this Sunday at 11:45 tomorrow morning. And the St. Francis Xavier Elementary School Fair in Metairie and the Piety Street Market have both been moved to Sunday. And parts of Metairie saw some heavy flooding this afternoon. Take a look at Severn, where some drivers decided to take a chance and drive through the floodwaters. And some of those cars didn't make it. We saw several vehicles stalled out because of that high water. It's a scene that played out in several parts of Metairie where street flooding has been reported.